Welcome to class. I'm out here at Muirfield Village Golf Club, which is in Dublin, Ohio, and this year has been a special year in many ways. A lot of changes going on. That's where they're going to renovate this golf course and have it ready for next year's Memorial Tournament. And I'm here on the 18th hole, and a few things that they're doing. Obviously, if you can look, and we'll see closer pictures up there, you can see this is the 18th green, and the entire greens complex, bunkers, and everything is being redesigned and redone. If you look at Well, I've moved up to the approach area for the 18th green complex. As you can see, there's been quite a bit of changes in the last week. And they've done the final smoothing, grading around the putting green, and they'll be sodding tomorrow, actually, the surround areas around the bunkers and here leading up to the green. Within the next few days after that, the green will be sodded. And the green being where these gentlemen are working, if you can see them, and where the sand's a little lighter color. That'll be the green. Now, we've stood on this fairway and talked about seeding it, but here on the greens, they'll sod them. And the reason for that is this project is of reconstruction, renovation to the greens is that going to be pushed well into the fall. And so we're moving out of time where grasses can be, or the ideal conditions for turf grasses to germinate and establish it. So for that concern, and the concern that the Memorial Tournament is next spring, and they want the course ready for a tournament, is they're going to sod these greens. Now this sod has been grown at a sod operation where they've seeded the desired bent grasses, cultivars that Muirfield wants on a close type of root zone mix that mimics the root zone mix here. So it's kind of an interesting thing. They're seeding the fairways and they're sodding the greens. All has to do with timing and what they can get done, with the whole goal being everything's ready for the Memorial Tournament next by end of May, 1st of June. Well, it's been a couple days since I left off, and here we are on the 18th hole, the approach to the 18th green, and they're sodding around we're sodding the greens complex. They'll sod the green probably here in a day or two. But up along the banks and around the greens, they're sodding Kentucky bluegrass, and you'll see some pictures where they're doing what I like to call traditional sodding. Guys can physically lift the roll and roll it out, and then if you can see to the left, over here, there's a machine with a big roll of sod, and sometimes we've called that thick cut sod on athletic fields. They'll do that, put in a field, but in this case, it's not thick cut. It's just long rolls that are quite wide. The diameter would be probably 36 inches or a little wider. So they have to do it with the machine, and the gentleman pulls it out. Again, a little more difficult on a slope than on a flat area. So that's kind of one of the unique things I'm kind of watching and looking at, and you'll see some of that here. So it's not technically thick cut sod, but it's kind of a version of it. But it allows for quick, sodding allows for quick establishment around this, and the other key thing is that you're going to have to keep it watered and irrigated, which they will do. Well, I'm back. about 3 days later. It's Monday, August 10th. You can see behind me that they're sodding the green here on 18th, and they're almost done. Again, similar mechanism of sodding that you saw earlier, with the rather long rolls of sod, pretty wide rows. And this is this is creeping bank rats, and I'll show you some close-ups here in a second. But you can see it over my left shoulder to your right, the process that's going on. This dot is much thinner. They try to cut it as thin as possible to minimize any kind of layering effect that they'll get on the root zone mix. Basically, this green complex will be, for all practical purposes, done, except for the bunker work, which they're starting here again over my left shoulder and to your right.